What if I told you that the future of product ads is already here and most people haven't even noticed yet? Today, I'm going to show you how to create visuals that look like full-blown CGI without spending thousands on software, studios, or massive marketing budgets. Imagine being able to produce commercial-grade shots, product mock-ups, and entire campaigns in the time it usually takes just to write your brief. What you're seeing was built entirely with AI tools. And if you ignore this new technology, I promise you're going to regret it. I'm Jack. I've been a visual effects artist in the advertising industry for over a decade now, and I've worked with many of the biggest brands on the planet. So when I say this workflow is a game changer, I really mean it. In this video, I'll walk you through the entire process step by step and share all of the tips and tricks that will allow you to compete with big budget production teams. This workflow is wild. And guys, if you do enjoy today's content, make sure to whack a like on there for me, consider subscribing, and of course, ring that bell notification icon. All right, let's get into it. We'll start by looking at creating our images, then animating them, then generating a voiceover, and then generating some music. As always, there's going to be timestamps down below if you're interested in a particular section. Feel free to navigate around as you like. So for today's video, we are over on ElevenLabs. Now, this has been my go-to when it comes to AI sound effects, music, and voiceover for the longest time, but you may or may not know that they recently integrated image and video into the platform. You can see on the top left-hand side, there is a tab. If we click in here, you're going to get access to these features. In the Explore tab, you can see what the community have been creating. But if we click over to history, you can see what I myself have made personally. This was all stuff for the Christmas ad that I recently published. And as I mentioned, the first step in our process is going to be creating product photography shots. This is where we're going to be able to design our product using AI. Now, there are really two different approaches to this. We can just go along with a text prompt to just generate an image from scratch. Or you can see here, we have this area we're able to upload an image reference. Now, this is great if maybe you have a product mock-up or a product prototype. And what I'm going to do is just upload this image I have here of a PlayStation controller. Now, I know this is maybe a little bit of a strange example because it is an existing product, but what I wanted to show you is that this controller has seen better days. It's pretty messed up. It's covered in grime and dirt and dust and all these like fabric fibers and stuff. It looks pretty nasty. Even the quality of the image itself is not all that great. So just use your imagination a little bit. This is essentially our product mockup, for example. Just trying to show you guys that you don't need to have the greatest quality mockup or photo to act as an image reference. Now, in terms of the text prompt, we're going to go for turn this product into a premium gaming controller made of brushed metals, incorporating bold yellow matte plastic sections, professional product photography against a clear white gradient backdrop. Now, for the model, I want to go ahead and select Nano Banana Pro. We're going to go for 16:9 aspect ratio. In terms of our resolution, I'm going to switch this up to 4K, and let's just make 2 generations and send these off. Okay, so we have our generations back. You can see that the first one is a little bit wonky. It's still AI, so there's still going to be an element of trial and error. But the second image, if we go ahead and load this in 4K, looks really great. It's adhered to our text prompt really well. And it's even been able to work out that yes, this was a scuff controller. So I know this is a very specific and niche example, but what I'm trying to show you guys is that you can feed in your own product mockup or prototype, even if it's looking a little bit shabby, and using an AI image model like Nano Banana Pro, you can transform it into something like this, which looks like professional grade quality. Now, the other approach that we're going to touch on now is to just use a text prompt rather than an image reference. So here we are just creating our product completely from scratch. And what we actually have here is a template of sorts that I put together myself. You're very welcome to take this from the video description if you want to use it for your own designs. And where I mention the product, I'll put that in kind of closed brackets. You can literally just strip that out and put any product you like in there. And you'll see me do that throughout this section of the video just to show how nicely this works. So for the prompt, a product shot of the back of a premium smartphone with a deconstructed design, smooth and sleek with a matte finish and bold, unique look, incorporating a single vibrant color. It stands against a simple white gradient environment. Its branding is minimal with a small, memorable logo. Professional product photography, realistic textures, cinematic composition, shallow depth of field, studio lighting. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and generate 4 different options here, and we'll go ahead and drop in a variation of the text prompt, this time with a premium smart clock. I'm going to send off 4 generations of this also. We'll try a premium pair of earbuds in their charging pack as well. And I'd also like to look at creating a premium electric toothbrush. All right, here we go. So we've started getting back our generations. Let's look at this first one here. This looks really great. Exactly what I imagined. Hopefully you can see how powerful this workflow is just for testing out your ideas. This clock here is very abstract. You could see this in like a very upmarket store and somebody spending a lot of money on this pretty weird looking smart clock. I mean, this one here looks really great. I also really like this one. This is kind of a good middle ground between quite abstract, but also just quite cool as well. Something you could see in your home. We've got our earbuds as well. Again, looking really clean. I do just like that matte finish that we've used for this. And now we have our toothbrush as well. This is looking pretty clean. I like this. You'll see here we've had a little bit of an error with our generation where we can only see kind of like the bottom 2/3 of the toothbrush, unfortunately. But this one here is looking really nice. So what we've essentially done here is created what I often refer to as the master shot. It's our now key image reference for each product. And if we hover over a specific product, you can see that we have a few different options here. One to create a video from it, one to upscale it, and one to use it as a reference. So I'm going to go ahead and click this. Let's use our very weird abstract looking clock. Now for the text prompt, we could say something like have the product against a dark minimal gradient backdrop, striking dramatic lighting. I'm just going to go for 2 generations of this. I want to use our phone image here as well because I really like this. So once again, we're going to click on the reference tab. And for the text prompt, let's try out rotate the phone to show the front. Have the logo of the back on the screen against a simple orange backdrop because I like this orange coloring that we've used here on the back of the product. I'm going to generate 4 here because I think this has more likelihood of being a little bit difficult to get the image that we're after. And I'd also like to look at our toothbrush here, our very nice premium looking product. Once again, let's use this as an image reference. So we could say something like show an extreme close-up of the orange button and logo and send off that generation. But we could also use this to have a model holding our product. So for instance, we could say show an attractive woman holding the toothbrush and smiling in her bathroom. Once again, we'll go for 2 generations with this. So you can see, for instance, we have back our generations of our smart clock looking really nice and a lot more premium as well against this minimal dark backdrop as opposed to that kind of white gradient that we went for. And we've got our generations of the phone as well. This is looking really cool. It's done exactly what we said. Actually, it wasn't actually that difficult to get the type of generation we were after. We have our toothbrush too. These are looking really nice. The textural quality here is pretty amazing. And we also have back our female model engaging with our product. Just look at the level of quality here and the adherence, the consistency in the product itself. You can see just how versatile this workflow really does become. So many different use cases here, so much more you can create off the back of those starting images. So now what we can start to do is using the images that we've created, we can start to generate videos. So for instance, I want to go ahead and just download this image we have here of our phone. And one of the ones that we created later on as well, I'm going to download this also. At the bottom here, I'm going to switch across to the video tab. And if we switch across to a video model like Kling 2.5, for example, we can enter a start and end frame. So I want to go for the back of the phone as our start frame and the front of the phone as our end frame. And for the text prompt, we can just go for something like, as the camera pushes in, the phone rotates to reveal the front. A shimmer runs across the phone screen, premium CGI product ad. I want to generate, let's go for 3 of these, and I want to make them 10 seconds long as well. Let's send this off. Now, if we don't want to use a start and end frame, we can just hover over our image reference here and just click on the video tab. We might then want to switch across to a different video model. Let's try out Kling 2.6, one of their recent models. And let's try something like the smart clock slowly rotates as the background transitions from black to white. And again, premium CGI product ad. We'll make this 10 seconds. I'll leave the audio off and we'll go ahead and get 3 more generations of this. Let's also create something a little bit different as well. Let's use our image we have here of our female model holding our premium toothbrush. We'll click on the video tab once again. Let's do another Kling 2.6 generation. And we can just say slow dolly camera move in as the woman confidently smiles at the camera. Let's make this a 5-second generation this time. We don't need any audio, and let's get 3 more generations of this. Let's take a look. We have our smart clock, for example, looking really nice. It's adhering to the product consistency really well. Tell you what, let's go ahead and get these downloaded so we can look at them properly. Yeah, this is looking really nice. So this is our generation when we're just rotating the product. And what I really like, oh no, we are transitioning actually. This is our transition of the background from black to white. That's looking really nice, totally usable there. And a nice adherence to the kind of matte texture of the product itself. Let's take a look at this generation also. So it's a little bit framey at the start there. You can see that we're kind of dropping a lot of frames. So that generation hasn't quite worked at the front end. But as I always say, you don't have to use the entire generation if you don't want. So in our editing software suite of choice, we could cut off the front end here and drop in when the frame rate seems to kind of sort itself out. And it's done something really nice here where we kind of literally move in like a physical space to a white backdrop and just look at the detail in terms of like the product construction of our kind of very abstract smart clock here. It has completely invented the back of the clock from scratch, and I think it looks great personally. Would I have it in my home? I'm not too sure. You guys can let me know in the comments if you actually like this product. It's definitely quite different. Let's get downloaded our videos of our female model holding the toothbrush as well. Take a look at these. Yeah, looking great. We've got a nice level of product adherence here. I think that frame drop was just my computer, by the way. Yeah. So the video generation itself is fine, but you can see that we'd be able, if we were trying to build an entire ad from scratch, we could cut from more of our product photography setting where our products are against that kind of gradient backdrop. You see this a lot in TV ads, and then cut into a more realistic, true to life, live action background where we have a female model, for example, holding our product in her home. Now these generations here, I'm kind of nervous about these because this is probably the most ambitious thing that we've tried to create here using Kling 2.5. This, of course, was our start and end frame where we start with the back of the phone and we're trying to get the video model to rotate the phone and show the front with the logo and also have this shimmer that runs across the screen. Let's see how it got on. All right, let's take a look at the first generation. Okay, that is looking really nice. We had a frame drop then. Was that just my computer? Yes, it was. That's looking really great. Exactly what it was that I was after. Second generation, looking nice as well. Yeah, it's done a really great job with this, actually. I had no reason to be nervous, it turns out. But you can see, hopefully, the level of control you're able to give when it comes to your AI video generations. Specifically with start and end frames. If you know that you want to transition from one point to the other in terms of focusing on a specific start of the product at the start of the video generation, and then a different part of the product at the end, you can create something like this. And let's just quickly take a look at our third generation, Rude Not To. I expected at least one of these to not be good. But they all look very similar, but they all seem to be doing the correct thing. They feel very premium as well. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed here. So we've kind of covered here the visual part of our workflow. I want to move across to the audio capabilities now that we have built into ElevenLabs as a platform. So let me go ahead and grab my headphones for this. And if we go over to the top left-hand side, we can click into voices. And there is such a wide variety of different voices on offer here to be used as part of your voiceover for your product ad. And if we click on them, we can get a demo here. So for instance, this Jonathan Livingston.
Calm, confident, and consistent voice. Try how I sound, reading a book, article, or story.
We've got Eva, the futuristic robot helper.
Hello, I'm Ava. How may I assist you today?
Oh, Ava, you're giving me some kind of weird vibes, actually. What's
We
this
are
one
all
here?
something, but none of us are everything.
That's quite nice, actually. I quite like that voice. So if we like this, we can go across and click add to my voices. Now you can see that symbol has changed to use voice. So let's click in here. So now we've gone across to ChatGPT, and I'm just using the free plan for this. And we're going to use ChatGPT to help us write a voiceover really, really quickly. So for the text prompt, we're just going to say, write me a voiceover for my product ad. It describes a premium smart clock with a striking design. Target market is wealthy, tech-obsessed men and women. It should only last 10 seconds and only be a sentence or two long. So let's send this off. Okay, you can see what we got back here. Time perfected, a strikingly designed smart clock that anticipates your day, commands your space, defines modern luxury. So we can go ahead and copy this. Heading back to ElevenLabs, we can paste it in this section here. And if we hit generate, we're going to get back this line being read
Perfected.
with
A
our voice.
strikingly designed smart clock that anticipates your day, commands your space, and defines modern luxury.
Absolutely perfect. That would work so nicely in a premium product ad using our AI video as the backdrop. I knew I had a good feeling about this voice, you know, it's exactly what I'd imagine. Kind of reminds me of what you sometimes hear in like a Dyson ad. I don't know if you guys agree with that. Maybe I'm talking rubbish, let me know. And now what we can also do is go across to the music tab as well. Now heading back to ChatGPT, we're going to ask it to write a text prompt to be used with an AI music generator. Create me a short piece of ambient music to be used within my product ad. It needs to feel minimal and premium. Now you can see here it's given us this really nice detailed prompt, so we can copy this and drop it into this section here over on ElevenLabs. And we have a really nice level of control here when it comes to our generation. So we can pick the amount of variance we have. Let's go for 3. We can click the duration of our song. So we did say that we wanted it to be just 10 seconds long. So let's go ahead, set this to custom, and look at that. It's just gone straight away to 10 seconds. And this is important in this section here. We can add auto, which is going to add lyrics, or we can select instrumental. That's what we want. We obviously don't want any singing or anything like that. It might be a little bit strange. And if we click this button here, we're going to get our generations. Okay, we have these back. Let's go ahead and take a listen. Perfect. You can really envision that alongside our AI video generation. What I'll do is I'll start piecing some of these elements together so you guys get an idea of this.
Time perfected. A strikingly designed smart clock that anticipates your day, commands your space, and defines modern luxury.
Really nice, subtle variations adhering very clearly to our text prompt that we created here using ChatGPT. This is very powerful workflow as well, combining multiple AI tools. I definitely suggest that you guys start doing that as well. ChatGPT serves as a really great creative assistant to do some of the heavy lifting within the process, but just remember that you as the creative, you're very, very important. You need to kind of act as the filter in terms of what these AI tools give you back. You decide what you do and don't like, and you decide what parts of the generations you do and don't like as well when it comes to the images and the videos that we create also. So in this very short video, we have created these really striking product photography shots using Nano Banana Pro. We've then gone on to animate them using Kling, but of course you could just as easily be using VO 3.1 for example, or Sora 2. Sora 2 would be really great if you want to go for more kind of like UGC style content, like something you might see on your socials, TikTok, Instagram, stuff like that. We even created some really premium feeling music and voiceover. All of this created entirely within ElevenLabs. Pretty impressive if you ask me. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate the support with all the videos. If you have enjoyed it, make sure to whack a like on there for me. If you're new, consider subscribing and of course, ring that bell notification icon so you never miss any future uploads. If you've got any questions at all, be sure to drop them down below in the comments section. I try to reply to as many as I possibly can. And I'll also drop all of the text prompts that we use throughout the video in the video description as well. If you wanted to go ahead and copy those and use them in your own generations. We've got some of my previous videos on screen now. If you wanted to go ahead and check those out, that'd be really great. I try to provide a really great varied amount of knowledge when it comes to these powerful AI tools. Thanks as always for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.